Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Diagnosing and addressing potential memory issues with early micron memory in NVIDIA RTX 2000 series graphics cards. This guide dives deep into the potential memory issues that can affect NVIDIA's RTX 2000 series, Turing architecture, graphics cards, particularly those equipped with early micron GDDR6 memory. It will cover identifying affected cards, recognizing symptoms, understanding the underlying cause, troubleshooting techniques, and even providing code examples for memory testing. 1. Understanding the problem, early micron GDDR6 and voltage sensitivity. A subset of RTX 2000 series cards, specifically those manufactured relatively early in the product life cycle, late 2018, early 2019, utilized GDDR6 memory manufactured by Micron. While GDDR6 is inherently faster and more efficient than its predecessors, GDDR5/5X, the initial Micron GDDR6 chips had a higher sensitivity to voltage and temperature fluctuations than later revisions or competing GDDR6 chips from Samsung or Hynix. This sensitivity could lead to instability, especially under sustained heavy load or at higher memory clock speeds, overclocking. The issues primarily stemmed from voltage droop under intense gaming or compute workloads. The power delivery system of the graphics card might not consistently provide a stable voltage to the memory chips. This droop, even a small one, could trigger errors. Temperature sensitivity higher temperatures exacerbate the voltage sensitivity. The GDDR6 chips are more susceptible to errors when running hot, especially near their thermal limits. ASIC quality variation even within the same batch of GDDR6 memory, there can be variations in quality. Some chips are simply less tolerant of fluctuations than others. Consequences of these issues crashes games or applications suddenly crashing to the desktop with generic error messages. Artifacts visible graphical glitches on the screen, such as flickering textures, strange patterns, or colored lines. Driver errors NVIDIA driver crashes or resets, often accompanied by error messages like display driver NVLDDMKM stopped responding and has successfully recovered. The NVLDDMKM refers to the NVIDIA Windows Display Driver Model Kernel Mode Driver. Blue screens of death, BSODs. In severe cases, the instability can escalate to a complete system crash resulting in a BSOD. Common BSOD error codes associated with graphics card problems include video_TDR_failure, DPC_watchdog_violation, and page_fault_in_non-paged_area, although these errors can have other causes as well. Performance degradation. In some instances, the card might attempt to correct memory errors in real time, leading to noticeable performance drops, stuttering, lower frame rates. 2. Identifying potentially affected cards. Identifying cards potentially affected by this early micron memory issue can be challenging, as there's no definitive list of specific serial numbers or batch codes. However, consider the following guidelines. Card model. The problem primarily surfaced on RTX 2070, RTX 2080, and RTX 2080 Ti models manufactured in late 2018 and early 2019. RTX 2060 and 2060 supercards were less commonly affected. Manufacturing date. Check the serial number or any date codes printed on the card itself or the box. Look for manufacturing dates within the late 2018 to early 2019 timeframe. This is not a guarantee, but it raises the likelihood. Memory manufacturer, less reliable while difficult to ascertain without disassembling the card. Some software tools might report the memory manufacturer. GPU-Z, for example, can sometimes, but not always, display this information. If it shows micron and your card falls within the date range, it's a red flag. Important, disassembling your graphics card will void the warranty, so only attempt this if you are absolutely sure and have the necessary knowledge and tools. Specific partner cards. Certain partner card models, ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, EVGA, etc., were more prone to issues due to their specific power delivery designs and cooling solutions. Research specific models that were known to have higher failure rates during that period. Google Card Model RTX 2080 memory issues, for example. Important caveat: not all cards with micron memory from this period are guaranteed to have issues. The problem affected a subset of cards with varying degrees of severity. Some cards might work flawlessly for years, while others might exhibit problems early on. 3. Recognizing the symptoms, troubleshooting and diagnostics. If you suspect your RTX 2000 series card might be affected, carefully monitor its behavior and look for the following symptoms. Gaming stability. Pay close attention to your gaming experience. Do games crash frequently or randomly? Do you encounter graphical artifacts or glitches? Are you experiencing sudden drops in frame rates that weren't present before? Stress testing. Run demanding stress tests designed to push the graphics card's memory to its limits. Examples include Furmark. A popular stress testing tool, but be careful. It can push your GPU to extreme temperatures. Monitor temperatures closely and stop the test if you see excessive heat. 3D Mark Time Spy/Fire Strike. These benchmarks include graphics tests that stress the memory subsystem. MemTestCL. A dedicated memory testing tool for GPUs, more on this below. Temperature monitoring. Use monitoring software like MSI Afterburner, GPU-Z, or HW Monitor to track the GPU core temperature and especially the memory junction temperature. GDDR6 memory runs hotter than previous generations. Target temperatures below 85 degrees Celsius for the memory. Higher temperatures can exacerbate instability. Driver updates. Always ensure you have the latest NVIDIA drivers installed. Driver updates often include bug fixes and performance improvements that might address underlying stability issues. However, sometimes newer drivers can introduce new problems. Consider trying older, known stable drivers if you suspect a driver issue. Use Display Driver Uninstaller, DDU, to cleanly uninstall drivers before installing new ones. Event Viewer. Check the Windows Event Viewer for error messages related to the graphics card or display driver. Look for entries with NVLDDMKM or display in the source or description. Reproducibility. Try to reproduce the issues. If a game crashes reliably at a specific point, or if a stress test consistently fails, it's a strong indicator of a hardware problem. 4. In-depth memory testing with memtestcl, code example and explanation. Memtestcl is a valuable tool for testing GPU memory specifically. It utilizes OpenCL to access and test the GPU memory. Steps to use memtestcl*. 1. Download Download the latest version of memtestcl from a reputable source, search online for memtestcl download. 2. Installation memtestcl is typically a standalone executable. Extract the files to a folder. 3. Run run the memtestcl.exe file. 4. Configuration, important. Asterisk device asterisk select your NVIDIA graphics card from the device drop-down list. Asterisk memory size asterisk specify the amount of memory to test. Ideally, test as close to the total available GPU memory as possible, but leave some free. Example, if you have 8 GB of VRAM, test 7.5 GB. Testing the entire VRAM can sometimes cause system instability, so leaving some buffer is advisable. Asterisk ECC, error correction code. Some GPUs have ECC enabled. If your GPU reports ECC, leave it enabled. Asterisk test types asterisk memtest CL offers various test patterns, walking ones, walking zeros, random, etc. Start with the default settings. Asterisk iterations asterisk the number of times to repeat the test. Run the test for at least a few hours, 4 to 8 hours is recommended for thorough testing. The longer the test runs, the more likely you are to uncover subtle errors. Asterisk stop on error asterisk enable the stop on error option. The test will halt immediately if it detects a memory error. 5. Start test asterisk click start test to begin the memory test. 6. Monitor progress asterisk the memtest CL window will display the test progress, error count, and other relevant information. 7. Error interpretation asterisk. Asterisk no errors asterisk if the test completes without any errors after several hours, the memory is likely stable. Asterisk errors detected asterisk if memtest CL reports errors, it strongly suggests a problem with the GPU memory. The exact location of the error is not always provided, but the fact that an error occurred during a memory test is a critical indication. Code example, conceptual, memtest CL is a pre-built application, not a code library. While you don't write code to use memtest CL, understanding the principles behind GPU memory testing is helpful. Here's a simplified, conceptual example of how GPU memory testing might be implemented using OpenCL. This is not runnable code, but illustrates the core concepts. Explanation of the conceptual code asterisk. 1. OpenCL setup asterisk the code initializes the OpenCL environment, including finding a platform, selecting a GPU device, creating a context, and creating a command queue. The command queue is used to send commands to the GPU. 2. Memory allocation asterisk it allocates memory on both the GPU, using CL buffer, and the host, CPU, using a STD vector. The GPU memory is the memory being tested. 3. Data initialization asterisk the host memory is filled with a test pattern, in this example, alternating zeros and ones. Different memtest CL algorithms use different patterns, walking ones, walking zeros, random, etc., to stress the memory in various ways. 4. Data transfer to GPU asterisk the data from the host memory is written to the GPU buffer using q.incwrite buffer. 5. Data read back from GPU asterisk the data is read back from the GPU buffer to another STD vector on the host using q.incread buffer. 6. Data comparison asterisk the code compares the original data in the host memory with the data read back from the GPU. If there are any discrepancies, it increments an error counter and prints an error message. 7. Error reporting asterisk finally, the code reports whether any errors were detected during the memory test. Important considerations for memtest CL and GPU memory testing asterisk. Asterisk heat asterisk GPU memory can get very hot during testing. Closely monitor temperatures and stop the test if temperatures exceed safe limits. Asterisk other applications asterisk close all other applications to minimize memory usage and potential interference with the test. Asterisk system stability asterisk GPU memory testing can be very stressful. Be prepared for potential system crashes or instability. Save your work before running the test. Interpret results carefully. Memory errors detected by memtest are a strong indicator of a problem, but they don't always pinpoint the exact cause. The issue could be with the memory chips themselves, the GPU's power delivery, or even the motherboard. 5. Troubleshooting techniques and potential solutions. If you suspect a memory issue on your RTX 2000 series card, consider the following troubleshooting steps. Reduce memory clock speed. The most common and often effective solution is to slightly underclock the memory. Use MSI Afterburner or a similar overclocking tool to reduce the memory clock speed by 50 to 100 MHz. This can often stabilize the card and prevent crashes. Start with a small underclock and test for stability. Increase the underclock until the card is stable. Increase core voltage. Use with caution. Increasing the core voltage can sometimes improve memory stability by providing a more stable power supply to the GPU and its memory. However, increasing voltage also increases heat output. Use this method with extreme caution. Increase the voltage in very small increments, example plus 0.01 V or plus 0.02 V, and monitor temperatures closely. Exceeding safe voltage levels can permanently damage your card. Optimize cooling. Ensure your graphics card has adequate cooling. Clean the heatsink fins of dust, replace thermal paste, if you're comfortable doing so, and ensure good airflow in your case. Consider adding case fans to improve cooling. Check power supply. A weak or failing power supply can cause voltage fluctuations that can lead to memory instability. Ensure your power supply meets the recommended wattage for your graphics card and that it's of good quality. Test with a different, known good power supply if possible. Reset the graphics card. Sometimes, simply resetting the graphics card in the PCIe slot can resolve connectivity issues that might be contributing to the problem. Test in a different system. If possible, test the graphics card in a different computer to rule out other hardware problems, example motherboard, CPU. Rollback drivers. As mentioned earlier, sometimes newer drivers can introduce instability. Try rolling back to older, known stable drivers. Contact the manufacturer. If your card is still under warranty, contact the manufacturer, ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, EVGA, etc., for support. Explain the symptoms you're experiencing and mention the potential memory issue with early Micron GDDR6. They may be able to offer a replacement or repair. 6. Long-term considerations and alternatives. Accept the limitations. If you've managed to stabilize your card with a slight underclock, accept that you might not be able to run it at its full rated speed. It's better to have a stable card running slightly slower than an unstable card that crashes frequently. Monitor regularly. Continue to monitor your card's performance and temperatures regularly to ensure it remains stable. Upgrade. If the problems persist despite your best efforts, and your card is out of warranty, consider upgrading to a newer graphics card. Newer cards generally have more efficient memory controllers and improved power delivery systems. 7. Conclusion. The early Micron GDDR6 memory issue in RTX 2000 series cards can be frustrating, but with careful diagnosis, troubleshooting, and potentially a slight underclock, you can often mitigate the problems and extend the lifespan of your graphics card. Remember to monitor your card's performance and temperatures closely, and consider contacting the manufacturer for support if your card is still under warranty. If all else fails, an upgrade to a newer card might be the best long-term solution. This guide provides a comprehensive overview of the issues, but always exercise caution when modifying hardware or software settings.